Hello everyone, this is your friend Nimi from Gardening Diary. I'm glad to meet you all on another video about rose care and guidance tips. It's April already and the temperature is already touching 33, 34 here in Trivandrum. So in today's video, we'll see more about things that we have to do or guidances and tips in taking care of roses, or things that we have to do to take care of our roses during this summer. Okay? Interesting topic, right? You may wonder, by looking at this rose, will roses really do well, really bloom well, grow well during summer months in our country? The answer is yes and no, because it depends on a lot of conditions, the type of plant, the location where you are, and the care we give, and all of that. Okay? The first and foremost thing that we need to make sure is our soil texture. The soil should never dry out. You may have noticed at least on some of your pots, the top layer, if you poke your finger in, it may not go down. You won't be able to poke down because the soil is kind of rock hard. So if you water today and evening or tomorrow morning before watering, if you check the soil, it may be hard. If it is hard, so we have to make it right. We'll talk about a technique called mulching. You must have heard about or come across this English word, but some of you may know or many may not. So anyway, I'll just take you through. What I have done is I've used cocoa peat, a combination of cocoa peat and dried cow dung powder in equal portion. And I've made a mixture and I've topped my plant pots with that for a couple of inches, not too much, because I want to manure it, add things that I add to the soil. So if we do the normal mulching that people do for several inches, I'm not doing it. So it's very simple and easy, which you saw on a couple of pots, right? So when I dip my finger in, it was not soggy. It was moist. Nothing was sticking on my fingers. Even I was trying to use my fingers to dig around. So that is how the soil should be. So if we have done it correctly, the water does not evaporate. It will be there. So friends, generally mulching is done to prevent the water to be there, to keep the moisture intact in the soil, preventing it from drying up. So we do a lot of things to prevent the soil from drying. So that is called mulching. I hope you understand. It's something simple, nothing rocket science. So there are a lot of things that we could do to mulch. The simple technique is what I just told you, what I do with the things that I have and which is easily available, which is cocoa peat and dried cow dung powder. You can also use sawdust if it is available, which is the powder from waste from wood or carpentry work. So that is sawdust that can be used. And if you feel you don't have any of these three, then the very simple easiest thing is to cover with dried leaves. Just gather some dried leaves and top it for a couple of inches, just layer it. You can water on top of that. So that will also prevent a little to great extent from drying up. So mix cocoa peat with cow dung powder or cocoa peat and sawdust or sawdust alone. So any combination, just top a little bit for a couple of inches and that's it. And water over it, and then you can inspect how your soil texture is after you try that. That is very important thing and that we have to do, which is mulching. All right. So moving on to the next tip is about cleaning the weeds and keeping the pot clean from all these tiny grasses or dried leaves. So you may have weeds because from the compost or cow dung powder that we put. So all those weeds and grasses need to be removed and the pot need to be kept clean. And also very important, the dried leaves from the same plant or any other plant, because if it is infected leaves, then it'll be there lying there and it may cause fungus or any other disease or infection on the plant further. So always try to pick it up, hand pick them and just throw it away, which is simple and easy, right? As always, remember to deadhead spent blooms and flowers which are old. and if it is any stalk which is brown, dry, just prune them. Okay. So quickly we'll move on to the next step. Do not overwater any roses. If you feel it is kind of overwatered or if it is over wet, try to avoid watering over and over as you normally do, and ensure they get proper sunlight. So although it looks it's over wet, my fingers are not getting dirty. It is not really soggy. So the soil should never be soggy at all. And if at all, if you feel it is soggy or it is wet, just use any simple tool like this and till the soil. And it's not necessary you have to till the soil only if it is over wet. It's a regular thing that I usually do once in 2 weeks, which helps the plant to breathe better. So it's just poking around and scraping the topsoil, turning it over. So that is what it is called, tilling the soil. So if at all, if you have any pot like this, so skip watering one day and then see how it is. And it's very important that you do not keep the plant you buy from nursery as it is, because they mostly put that in red soil. It'll be rock hard. It's more of the clay structure. So immediately repot the roses and put it properly so that you can take care of them during summer and they don't dry out. Like I said, even though it is wet, my fingers are not getting dirty, right? So it is not that wet soil, but it looks like it's been overwatered. So I'll skip it for a day and just check it out. At least this plant is very healthy because you can see the leaves and blooms and everything looks very well. But if this situation continues, if you continue to overwater, the plant will die. But before that, you'll see a lot of signs of yellowing leaves and brown spots, and the leaves will start falling. All of that will happen before that, which are kind of symptoms. So just watch out and be careful about how much and when to water, okay? Avoid watering on the plant, on the leaves, over the plant fully in the evening, because that causes fungus. I'll put a separate video about that, but it's just to let you know, right? So you're aware of that. So I try to drench my plant, if at all, if you want to do it in the morning before the sunlight, and the plant will have enough time to dry completely. And avoid evening water generally. But if you feel your plants are really, really dry and your temperature is beyond 40 degrees, then probably just mist it a little bit on the soil and don't wet the leaves. Okay, that's all, friends. I hope that was helpful and you'll follow that. If you have any questions, let me know. The video got really lengthy, sorry about it. I'll meet you on another video. Till then, goodbye from Nimi. Happy gardening, be safe and take care, everyone.